All right, good morning, YouTube. I know it's been a while. Things have been a little crazy for me, and I'm sure they've been crazy for everyone with what's been going on lately. So I apologize that I haven't done any content in a while, but I wanted to bring you this. At the start of a new series. I'm going to call this the Build a Board Workshop. So welcome to my workshop. And how this series works is I am going to once a week put up a video of a board. I'm going to show you how I made it, going to talk you through the steps, and then at the end I might give you, we'll probably do a rating of how viable I think it is. And the idea is just either to build an absolutely unbreakable, undefeatable board, or an absolutely hilarious board, or to coax the best board possible out of a bad deck. So in the comments, leave me suggestions of boards you want to see me make, of decks you want to see me make boards with, of boards you want me to see to make out of particular decks. And then I'll probably do live streams during the week of me taking the decks and just slamming it all together and seeing what I can pull out of it. And essentially this all started from Zach Runser making the comment that Isolde does anything in Yu-Gi-Oh! And the conversations that he and I had about doing this a couple times, and then I realized that Six Samurai can pretty much do anything in Yu-Gi-Oh!, which I'm gonna show you here. So let's just get right into it. So we're gonna start off, and we're just doing standard Six Samurai things here. We're searching out. I assume everyone knows what these cards do, but if they don't, Shein Smoke Signal is a Rhoda for level 3 and lower 6 Sams, and this card, Asceticism. You target one 6 Sam on the field and special summon from your deck a 6 Sam with a different name but the same attack value. But it's destroyed during the end phase, but who cares? Monsters don't stay on the board. Everyone knows that. Unless it comes out of your extra deck, it's going to be in the graveyard by the end of your turn. So we link up into Mommy Two-Tail of the Noble Knights. Pretty standard. She searches a Kigeki because we've already normal summoned him, so he's just discard fodder. We're sending 3 Equips to the Grave to summon a Shinai. Oh, so we got a Shinai on the field, a Mizuho on the grave, and a Hatsume on field. Wonder where that's going. Also, Dojo's up to 4 counters. We summon the Broken of the 6 Sam. Gonna pitch that Kizan. No, not Kizan. Kageki. Search our gateway. And now it's just all over from here. So, banish the 2 monsters. I made a slight misplay there. I needed to banish the Kizan instead of the Isolde, but that doesn't matter in the long run because we're not going to utilize the Kizan out of our graveyard again. So we just generate all of our counters, and then at this point, so if anyone doesn't know how the loop works, once you have 2 cards that you have Gateway and another card that can hold counters on the field, you just need to get a hold of a Mizuho and 2 Shinai. And since they special summon each other if they're both on the field, you go Mizuho effect, tribute Shinai, pop herself. They both go to the graveyard. Shinai, when he's tributed, adds a 6 Sam from grave back to hand. He adds back the Mizuho. Mizuho summons herself. You get 2 counters on Gateway, 1 counter on the other card. And then you use Gateway and you remove the counters. And then you add back the Shinai and you special summon it. And so you're only performing 1 search to put 2 cards on the board, so that generates 6 counters. So you go up 2 every time. So you just perform this loop until you have infinite counters. So once we've achieved this, we're saying we have infinite counters. So now we're just going to not count counters anymore, and we're just going to use the effects of Gateway as many times as we want. And Gateway, for those of you who don't know, 2 counters. You can target 1 6 Samurai or Shein effect monster and give it an extra 500 attack until the end phase. Unga Bunga, big beater. 4 counters. Add 1 6 Samurai monster from your deck or graveyard to your hand. Important. 6 counters. Target 1 Shein effect monster in the graveyard. Special summon it. Now remember, we have infinite counters. None of these effects are once per turn. This is go juice. So, now we're just gonna add every 6 Samurai monster from our deck to our hand. Gonna deck thin by like 20. Just take them all in. I need to get a better webcam. Rolling, what? So we're going, and Yuja hits the board, and we start drawing, and what's that? What is that? What the is that? That is a Z metal tank. All will be made clear in the fullness of time. So we use Yuja to special summon it, and then we use Kizan, because there's a 6 Samurai Shinai on the board to drop himself. Mizuho, there's a Shinai, she comes out. You know, Shinai, there's a Mizuho. We use our infinite counters again. So also keep in mind that every time a 6-Sam hits the board, we're generating 3 counters anyway, because we've got Gateway and Dojo. So it's not even like, even though we're no longer doing the generation, we're not running out of them very quickly. So now we've drawn an X head off of the next Yuja. So we're going to summon that, and then we're going to tag them into XZ Dragon Cannon, which is a level 6 light machine. I wonder what that could mean. So we go into our next Yuja, we perform the draw, we just put back cards, and so obviously you just keep putting back the 6 Samurai monsters, and I'm doing this a little bit wrong, because every time I would then add them directly from the deck back into my hand. You don't want to do that until you don't have any 6 Sams left to put back into the deck, because it shuffles it. So when you take them all out, you want to do as much of the drawing as you can, so add the ones from your grave back to your hand to put back into the deck, because then it doesn't change the deck order, and it's like Emancipator milling, but better, because they just all go into your hand. So we're coming down here, we're performing our draws, and as you see, we activated double 6 Sam United, which is just 6 Samurai Pot of Greed, because this deck needed more draw power. Then we're gonna link into this guy just to clear some zones up. We summon out another Z Metal tank, and boop, we go into an Appaloosa. Now, I just did something that people might not have realized here. This is very important, and this is why 6 Samurais can literally do anything, is Shadow of the 6 Samurai Shien. He is both a 6 Samurai monster and a Shien monster, and the reason why that is so important is because Gateway can revive him from the graveyard by removing 6 counters, and when he does that, Gateway gains another 2, but that's irrelevant because remember, we have infinite counters. And then, because he is a 6 Samurai monster, Kizan and Grandmaster hit the field for free. And because we have infinite counters on Gateway, we can add them back to our hand infinitely. So because of Shien, we have infinite monsters. We can immediately generate 4 differently named monsters by summoning 2 Kizan, overlaying them, dropping the 3rd Kizan, and then summoning Grandmaster with the Shien to go, so from nothing but Gateway with counters into full Yuja, which means we don't have to hold any of the 6 Samurai monsters on the board to, you know, continue to generate this draw power. So we make an Emerald, and we put back our 3 Yuja, and we just keep going. So then we see a Y Dragon Head, and this is where it's getting a little crazy. So we've got XZ Tank Cannon, YZ Tank Cannon, and then because they banish themselves, we're activating different dimension reincarnation and pulling them back from the banish zone here. Alright, and so now we banish both of them. Alright, well, let's get both of those off the field. So we have XY Dragon Cannon, ZY Tank Dragon, and XZ Tank Cannon. We have 3 level 6 light machines. Yes. I just hard summoned Infinity using the 3 smaller XYZ pieces because I was told it could not be done. everything else from here on is just icing on the cake. You know, we're just utilizing the full power of this absolutely busted engine. Like, if you don't have a hand trap and your opponent goes gateway, scoop. You are done. There is nothing in the world you can do to come back. I mean, look at this. So, we have ended on a Form Material Appaloosa, double Shien, Nat Beast, hard summoned Infinity. I mean, yeah, sure. If you're playing a deck designed to go second and you've got, you know, all of the cannot be responded to board breaking cards, you could go through that. Sure. But in your standard deck, if you don't have a hand trap, that you're not getting through that. But even then, if you don't kill them, if you don't get that gateway off the field, look at the hand. So we've got Rhoda, another DDR, Asceticism, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 Sam monsters, another Rhoda, another Asceticism, double called, Pot of Avarice. We are stacked to the gills on counters still. Like, you have to clear the board and kill them in one turn, because otherwise they'll just go, alright, Pot of Avarice, put the extra deck monsters back, summon Daigusto, put the rest of them back, kill you. You know, it's ridiculous. So, but I present to you for your viewing pleasure hard summoned Infinity, XYZ, Dragon Buster Tank Cannon garbage. So, you know, leave a like, leave a comment, tell me what other decks or what other boards, what other insanity you want to see me work with. We might get Runster on here to do some of his Assault combos that he's done in the past, because this is what I love about Yu-Gi-Oh! Is just being like, what dumb stuff can I pull off today, you know? So just let me know what you think of the video, what you think of the board, and give us feedback and ideas for the next ones you want to see. All right. Peace out. Unlock the shock.